Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Now, when you look at Exodus 19, Exodus chapter 19, verse 6, it says, "And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. A kingdom of priests." Okay, and so considering that the children of Israel are a kingdom of priests, look at what he said to the priests. It said in Leviticus 21, verse 9, "And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father. She shall be burnt with fire." Let me read that again. "And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire." Now, when you're looking at the rules and how you categorize this whoredom, going to the next chapter, the chapter earlier than that, and chapter Leviticus 20, verse 17, it say, "If any man take his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and see her nakedness, and she see his nakedness, it is a wicked thing. And they shall be cut off in the sight of the people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness. He shall bear his iniquity." So the nakedness of a woman is whoredom. The nakedness of a daughter of Israel is how you play, or showing your nakedness as a daughter of Israel. That's how you play the whore. You see, we had specific laws on that because the women in Israel, they had a dress code. When you look at Deuteronomy 22, verse 5, it tells the women not to wear what pertaineth unto a man. So they couldn't wear manly clothes, you see. And then when you go to Proverbs, it talks about, in what's that? Proverbs chapter 7. It breaks down how you qualify a whore or whoredom. Looking at Proverbs 7, verse 10, it say, "And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtile of heart." Verse 11, "She is loud and stubborn, her feet abide not in her house." 12, "Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner." You see, you out in the streets with the attire of a harlot, where any man can see you, showing your nakedness. And you see, as a daughter of a priest, or the daughter of the priest of God, the nation of Israel, the children of Israel, these individuals is going to be burnt with fire. Now, he tell them specifically that he's going to burn them with fire in the law. But when you go to Zephaniah, it gives you a confirmation on that. Zephaniah Well, Zephaniah chapter 1, it tell you straight up that these peoples are gonna get burnt with fire for walking around with the clothes of an harlot. Zephaniah 1:8 it say, and it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice. That's when fire is coming. He coming with fire. And how do you sacrifice something in the ancient world? You burn it with fire. That I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. You see, you getting burnt with fire. You want to walk around naked as a daughter of a nation of priests, as one of the daughters of a nation that's the priest of the Most High God, creator of heaven and earth and the universe. You gonna be burnt with fire. And you know in 1 Timothy 2:9 it say women should dress in modest apparel and should profess godliness, not whoredom. Let's give them the Deuteronomy. Is it 23? Deuteronomy 23:7. Let's give them that. No, 23. Deuteronomy 23:17. It say, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. So that's backing up what was said to the priest, the daughter of a priest. If you want to play the whore, you will be burnt by fire. You see, and Zephaniah let you know it came to pass. When the Lord come to give his sacrifice, these women are going to be burnt with fire. Now Micah, he let them know. See, Micah let them know straight up. If you think it's a game and you want to walk around here showing your nakedness, I got something for you. Now in Micah chapter 7 verse 10, he showed another prophecy. He said, then she that is my enemy, that means she want to be God's enemy, she want to walk around naked, shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which saith unto me, where is the Lord thy God? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the street. You see, and what's gonna trodden her down is that fire coming from that nuclear explosion. When it hit this America, all these dogs gonna eat her up, or a bunch of men gonna eat her up, because she want to be God's enemy. She don't want to believe it's a God. She want to be God. She want to do what she want to do. Same thing with Eve in the garden. Eve wanted to do what she wanted to do. She wanted to follow the serpent, and she had to pay. Now when you go to Isaiah, when you go to Isaiah 32, it tells them, it say 32 verse 9, it say, rise up, you women that are at ease, hear my voice, you careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. See, this is what the speech that these daughters need to be given ear to. Do you know you're going to be burnt with fire for walking around naked? Do you know that you are the daughters of Israel and you is held to a higher standard? Do you know that the Most High dealt with the priest's children and daughters on a whole nother level? You see, your fathers was priests of the Most High God. You can't walk around here naked with your butt showing, with your breast showing. You can't do it. Finishing the verse in Isaiah 32, Verse 10 say, many days and years shall ye be troubled. See, man, it's a lot of judgment going on right now with these women. Many, starting over at verse 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. So how you look, that's what the vintage is. When all this fall down in America, that they all hoping on and having all kind of fun with, when it fails, it ain't gonna be no some fake hair. Ain't gonna be no products that you can beautify yourself with. You see, all that's gonna be a thing of the past, and you gonna be catching hell trotting down in these streets. And if you survive, it's gonna be so he can burn you with fire for walking around naked. Verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your lawn. So these women don't understand. They think it's a game. They think it's cute. You see? But they gonna find out very soon, very, very, very soon, the laws that they breaking. Now, he gave them a sign with these Egyptian women. Let me go to that real quick. Now, you see, these Egyptian women get 2 years in prison for doing the mess that these daughters of Zion, daughters of Israel, daughters of priests are getting away with. And they being promoted by the so-called devil because he want them to do just what these people went to jail for. It say the second paragraph, the women were also fined nearly 19,000 each for violating the values and principles of the Egyptian family, inciting debauchery and promoting human trafficking, according to a statement from the public prosecutor. Their lawyer vowed to appeal the ruling. You see, that's what these daughters of Israel are doing. They are inciting debauchery. That's what you're doing. All these music videos that they've been doing for years, they've been inciting debauchery. And see, the authorities have been promoting it. The authorities have been letting it go. The authorities want it to happen because they don't want to come against these women. They promote the women, you see, because they want the women to still be in a cursed state. They want the women's God to be angry with them. You see, they want to keep these women in sinning against their God. And see, they thinking that they doing something and they free to do whatever they want to do, and it's a cute thing, but it's not. You is destroying the values and principles of your family, of your nation, and you need to go to prison for it. Just like these two women in Cairo. And you need to be fined thousands of dollars for it. But see, nobody will tell these individuals this. They won't tell them. Now, when you look at Ezekiel 23, verse 3, that thing is very spiritual. Because you got the daughters of Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. When you start verse 3 in Ezekiel 23, it say, and they committed whoredoms in Egypt. They committed whoredoms in their youth. They were their breasts pressed, and they bruised the tents of their virginity. You see that? Now, we just so happen that in Egypt, the real Egypt over there, the country that they call Egypt, that these women are being fined and going to jail for 2 years for committing whoredoms. But the real daughters of Israel are over here in spiritual Egypt. See, this is spiritual Egypt Ezekiel is talking about. They over here in America, spiritual Egypt, committing whoredoms. The nation of Israel and the tribe of Judah, the northern tribe and the southern tribe, because when you go to verse 4, it talks about these 2 women. In verse 2, these 2 women and the daughters of one mother are the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. But this is the Puerto Rican women, the Native American women, the so-called blacks here in America. These women are committing whoredom. Also, the nation is committing, the 2 kingdoms is committing whoredom spiritually. So they doing it literally and spiritually. And it's the literal daughters doing it, plus it's the 2 kingdoms doing it here in Egypt, America, spiritual Egypt. But I'm gonna leave it there. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekah Kadash, double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. The kingdom is at hand. Shalom.